Videos by YGOSmurf. Be creative. Hi guys, and welcome to another top 5 generic cards of a pack. Today we're going to be going over Duelist Alliance. Starting off, number 5, we have Chain Dispel. It is a normal trap card that reads, when a spell or trap card is activated, destroy all cards in the controller's deck with the same name as the activated card. This card belongs on number 5 on the list because honestly, Duelist Alliance didn't offer that many generic cards. Most of it was to pump out the Shadals and the Satellanites, which were really the main focus of the packs. But with this one, I think it still has some good versatility for the cards that are at triple, like Pot of Dualities, or anything that people would run in threes to help speed up their deck, because now they're no longer speeding up the deck. They just get automatically destroyed and they can't use them anymore, and that's really good. Same goes for something like Mystical Space Typhoon. If you're running a lot of continuous spells or traps, you would run one of these cards. That way when they play one Mystical Space Typhoon, you can be like, okay, and now all Mystical Space Typhoons are done. And I think it might not be viable for everything, but it definitely has its niche and can also get rid of pendulum monsters, which is another good thing. So keep that in mind, and that's why it's number 5. Number 4 on the list is Face Off. It is a counter trap card that reads, when a spell or trap card or monster effect is activated during the damage step, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. The reason why this is good is because right now we have Burning Abyss, and whenever they hit the graveyard, they get an effect. And this includes when they hit the graveyard during the damage step when they're being destroyed by battle. And Face Off will get rid of that. Really, Face Off would have been better if we saw it in the hat stage of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because then it would have stopped completely the hands and would have been good. But nonetheless, it's actually really cheap. I'm like seeing it for like 25 cents a pop, and this is a good card that I could definitely see going up in price just because of how good it is. This is one of those hidden gems that is just waiting for its niche again. It would have been at least $5 during the hat format, but again, it's not there anymore, so it's gonna be sitting and waiting. And it's got a lot of versatility. Stops the fodder monster, stop Yang Zing, stop Burning Abyss when they're hitting the graveyard through attacks, stuff like that. And that's why it's number 4. Third on the list is Raza the Mega Monarch. It is a level 8 winged beast monster effect with 2800 attack and 1000 defense. Its effect reads, you can tribute summon this card by tributing one tribute summon monster. If this card is tribute summoned, target one card on the field and one card in either player's graveyard. Also, if this card was tribute summoned by tribute summoning a wind monster, you can target an additional card on the field. Place the first targets on the top of the deck in any order. Also, after that, return the additional target, if any, to the hand. I mean, first off, Raiza, the regular Storm Monarch, is always really good and can be teched in a lot of things because it's a non-destruction effect that also slows down your opponent. And now with Raiza, the Mega Monarch, you have the potential to do what the little one had, plus recycle cards. And if you're running it in a wind attribute deck, which is pretty generic, it's an attribute, there's only 6. Chances are there's going to be at least one card in your deck that's wind. Maybe-ish, I don't know. But then you get to return 2 cards on the field to the top of the person's deck. That's double the monster removal while you're still getting your recycle. And I think that's really good, and that's why it's number 3 on this list, is that it's got the versatility and just the general what we want from a boss-ish monster. It removes threats while being a threat itself and recycling cards, and it's really awesome. Number 2 on the list is Castiel, the Skyblaster Musketeer. It is a rank 4 winged beast XZ monster with 2000 attack and 1500 defense. It requires 2 generic level 4 monsters. Its effect reads, you can detach 1 XZ from this card, then target 1 face-up monster on the field. Change it to face-down defense position. You can detach 2 XZ monsters from this card, then target 1 other face-up card on the field. Shuffle it into the deck. You can only use 1 Castiel the Skyblaster Musketeer's effect per turn, and only once that turn. This card is a good optional rank 4 XZ. You can either get rid of threats but have a really annoying effect, so you put them face down and then attack over them, or even a big monster that you wouldn't normally be able to attack over, you can put him in defense mode and attack over him. Also, he comes with that versatility. He's got that two-part effect that we really need to see in cards nowadays to be used in the meta game and to keep up with the meta. They have to have two effects, and he has it. One that puts him face down and then gives you the option to run over it, so small crowd control, while his second effect is point blank monster removal. That's going to go back into your deck, and now I'm going to attack you in the face. We definitely needed more of this, especially in this set, because this is when Shadalls came out and they had the annoying little monster that can't be destroyed, and you needed other ways to get rid of monsters, and this was one of them, and that's why it's number 2 on the list. Before we go on to number 1, I have 3 honorable mentions for you. Time Space Trap Hole. Like all trap holes, it activates when a monster is summoned. This one's pretty special though. It does from the hand, extra deck, graveyard, whatever, and then it just sends it back. And it can do multiple monsters, so it can stop pendulum summons as well. However, it does have the little painful effect that you lose 1,000 life points for each. So you wouldn't want to use it on a lot of monsters, but it would definitely be worth it for at least one. Next up, we have Samsara, Dragon of Rebirth. It's a level 5 synchro monster that allows you to bring back or special summon a monster from the graveyard. Kind of like Monster Reborn. Hint the name, Samsara, Dragon of Rebirth. Generic synchro, has 2600 defense and 100 attack. So I mean, it's still good, and it gives you that recyclability to get you your monsters that you want back. Last up, we have kind of a weird honorable mention. It's Shadal Dragon. It's one of the few Shadal monsters that doesn't specifically state in its effect that it does anything with Shadalls. It just has the Shadal standard effect, a flip effect, and if this card is sent to the grave by an effect. And its flip effect is you can target one card your opponent controls and return to the hand. Boom! Instantly good. It's a 1900 attacker, dark, level 4 that can return a monster to the hand. And the second effect will allow you to destroy a spell or trap card on the field. And that's a really good effect that gives you versatility in a level 4 dark monster that you can manipulate in the ways that you want, giving you what you need in this meta. And then finally, number 1, we have the Monarch Stormforth. I hope that wasn't a surprise. Monarch Stormforth is a quick play spell card which effect reads, once during this turn, if you would tribute a monster for a tribute summon, you can tribute one monster your opponent controls as if you controlled it. You can only activate one Monarch Stormforth per turn. During the turn you activate this card, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. This card is really awesome. It gives you an optional monster removal while also being able to field advantage, and depending on your head judge at a tournament or whatever, it will be an effect that affects the player rather than the monster. So that way then you can get around pesky monsters that say that it can't be affected by spells or traps. And that's what it's really good for. It gets rid of those big, annoying threats that you can't get around while fielding an advantage for you. And that's really important in this game, always has been, always will be, especially more and more as power creep gets higher and higher. And that's why it's number 1. If you like this video, go ahead and give this one a thumbs up. I'm doing one video of top 5 generic cards a week for the month of February, and if I get 15 likes or more between all 4 videos, then I'm going to make this a regular monthly video, and I'll just keep going down in order of the sets, and if a new one comes out, I'll prioritize that one. Let me know down below if you think that these weren't the best top 5 generic cards of the set, if you think my choices are silly, if you would arrange the ranks differently, or if you would have some of the honorable mentions, not honorable mentions, and what have you. Post those in the comments below. I'm interested in your opinion. Don't forget to like this video, comment your thoughts down below, and share this video so your friends know what you're talking about. Subscribe to me if you deem me worthy. Have a wonderful day, guys.